Hello class, my name is Dana and this is our session 4 demonstration speech. So my demonstration is going to be on the most delicious thing for barbecues or picnics, football games, just anytime, and we call them jalapeno bites, rattlesnake bites. So with rattlesnake bites, the ingredients you're going to need are jalapenos, and I usually like to get about 2 dozen jalapenos. You're going to get some bacon. You want to get the thinner bacon because with the thinner bacon you can stretch it. Some people think that you're going to want that thick, awesome bacon, but the thin bacon works just as well. And it's better to do the stretching, which I'll show you that later on. You're also going to want cream cheese. You can get Philadelphia cream cheese, but I like just the Great Value cream cheese. I think it's good, and it's 1/3 less fat, so that's got to be good, right? Then you're going to want to get a couple seasonings out for seasoning to taste. What I like to use is Old Bay, garlic salt, and a little bit of salt. With that, I use about a teaspoon of garlic salt, a teaspoon of my Old Bay, and then about half a teaspoon of salt because I don't want it too salty. But you go ahead and do it however you like it for taste, because it's yours, not mine. I'm also going to use some little onions and cut them up. And then with that mixture, you're going to use some cheese. You can use any kind of cheese. I have white cheddar cheese, and I have that already pre-shredded. So with that, you're going to go ahead and cut your bacon in half, and you want to wash your hands because we're going to go ahead and cut the jalapenos up in half-wise. So with that, you want to be able to scratch your nose, scratch your eyes, whatever, before we start this, because it's going to have jalapeno juice, and obviously you don't want to touch your face with jalapeno juice. So my hands are washed, and I'm going to cut my bacon. And I have some jalapenos that have already been pre-cut here, and I've rinsed them off, but I do want to show you how to cut your jalapeno. So here's just a regular jalapeno, and you're going to cut it in half. Be careful that you don't cut yourself, obviously. So here it is in half, and you just want to get the seeds and the stems out because, well, for one, you want to put that cheese in it, and I don't leave the seeds in there because it'd make it entirely too hot. If you want to leave some seeds in there, that is your business, and you go right on ahead, but just a little advice is I would not leave too many seeds in there because it gets entirely too hot. You are dealing with jalapenos, so obviously, right? I'm gonna go ahead and keep cutting. I'm gonna pull that out, scoop out the seeds with your knife. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and rinse these and put them in my strainer with the other cut jalapenos. So you're going to want to try to get like the smaller ones because it's easier to wrap the bacon in, but I do have bigger jalapenos because that's what was available at the store. With that, now I've already pre-mixed my mixture, so I use a KitchenAid with that, and I just do it for like a few minutes, not even a minute, maybe a minute, just to get it all mixed in together. So with that mixture, again, I have little onions, and I've cut those up, diced them up, about 3 of them, and I have the 2 boxes of cream cheese. I have about 2.5 cups of my shredded cheese that I have, the white cheddar. And then I put, for seasoning, I put the half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of Old Bay, and a teaspoon of garlic salt. So that finished product just looks like a cream. Now with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my jalapenos. And here it is. I have a spoon and I'm going to just scoop the cream cheese in there. Now if you're making it just for one batch, like to cook right now, you don't need to make it bubbled up, but for just a little reference of what I do, we fill it up and kind of mound it a little, so when it's freezing, you know, the jalapeno keeps its shape, and then there's like a nice mound of the cream cheese in here. And with that, I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet with tin foil because it is easier to freeze that way, and it's great for cleanup. So we're going to make a couple more of these. I'm going to wrap this with bacon real quick. So with the bigger ones, as you can see, the cream cheese is like still exposed. That's why it's kind of nice to get the smaller ones. But if you can't, that's just the way it is. Okay, so with that, you're going to keep filling these little jalapenos up with the cream cheese. You can use a spoon, you can use your hand to just get it in there if you'd like. But you want to show you one more, because I want to show you that you stretch that bacon into it. So like how I said, you can use your hands because you've washed your hands. Obviously you shouldn't mess with food without washing your hands. You're going to take the bacon and you start from the top by the stem, and I hold it with my thumb and I stretch it around that jalapeno to cover the entire jalapeno. You want, hopefully your bacon ends at the tip of your jalapeno. When you're all finished with that, you will have a tray that looks like this. You're going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. You want to check it again probably at 40 minutes to just make sure that it's the cheese is bubbling and the bacon is cooking well enough. You might need to change the times for wherever you're at. I don't like my bacon to be on the mushier side underneath, so I actually, with the magic of time, I have already made some, so I would like to show you the end result. You will have a delicious order of rattlesnake bites. When you pick it up, you know, it's kind of like just mushy, but like just kind of squished lightly. And here is your end result. I hope you enjoy. These are called rattlesnake bites. Thank you very much for watching my presentation. I cannot wait to watch yours, and I hope you enjoy. Have a good night.